Hi, this is Maite and Leslie John. Now we're going to be continuing on our agreement support videos. Now, as you should be able to remember if you've actually watched any of the videos, we in our last video we spoke about our separate experiences of pre-agreement from that perspective, what I experienced leading up to the agreement and what she experienced. But this is more from like a experience setting. It wasn't the physical actions and so on. Now we're going to be speaking about the physical comfortability that we touched on in the first video, as you should be able to remember. We're going to be expanding on our experience of that physical comfortability, the blossoming of it, how it started out. This is more from a certain perspective. It's more for Maite to explain. She has more that she has to explain about this point because it's because of my upbringing. I was always a very physical being, so physical intimacy and comfortability is not a big issue for me. But I have no background in matrix relationships. This is from a certain perspective my first relationship or agreement, or however you want to call it. So this is my first time, basically. And as Maite has said, mostly in the real world, the way you approach in a relationship or agreement, or however you want to call it, is more from mind setting.
Yeah, a mind perspective.
Yeah, not actual physical comfortability and kind of synchronicity, actually,
Yeah,
a physical synchronicity. It's not from that perspective, which is what we experienced.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, so how I experience going into relationships with people in terms of the first stages, of course you would pay attention to looks, what someone looks like, what's their color of eyes, what's, their general appearance. Do you like it? Do you think they're handsome? Do you think they're not handsome? Are they tall enough? Are they too small? Are they too fat? Are they, are they too thin? Whatever. But that's more what does the person look like. So you start forming a judgment about the person, an idea about who this person is and whether this person is right for you, whether this person is good enough for you. As well as you start looking at what does the person like, what does the person believe, how does the person look at things, how does their mind operate, how have they designed themselves to be, what is their personality, how do they behave around other people, are they sociable, are they shy, are they expressive or are they not, all those points of personality that you have created for yourself. So you are one personality that you've created. Now you go and look for another personality that would suit your personality. So mostly in relationships in the matrix, that's what you do. You go and look for another personality that would suit and match yours and that would support yours. So none of that happened with me and Leslie John, because as we said in the previous video, we didn't really speak much. And for me that was pretty new because I was not used to immediately interacting physically with someone. I would first want to get to know the person. Is there any chance at all that I might like the person? If I don't think there's any chance that I will like the person, I'm not going to bother to get physically comfortable with the person or get to know the person physically or become intimate with the person physically. So yeah, for me that was different. Now of course you have those who go into relationships to go and find sex, and that's a different point. There you will go, for instance, to a party and you will go and dance with each other and feed each other up and kiss, and from here comes that, but that's not what I'm talking about here. I'm speaking about getting to know a person. We didn't do that through talking first. We first did it through touching.
So yeah, like for instance, when we were in the jacuzzi, he would simply take my foot
which was strange, you know. You don't usually go and grab people's feet. So he would just take my foot and start massaging it, you know. And he did it the way he would light a cigarette. You know, it was such a natural thing, and I was like, okay, well, there goes my foot, you know. But it was natural, there was nothing to it. There was no intention behind it, no hidden agendas, you know. It was just, I take your foot and I am now massaging it because I can and I want to, and I'm sure you would like it as well. So it was a very simple thing. Other things, yeah. At some point we would play in the garden. We were like tickling each other and, you know, how do you call this, pinching each other a bit, you know, like very playful. In a way that children play or puppies play, you know, not in the way that I have played since years. You know, grown-up people or people who are, I don't know, once they're
mature from a matrix perspective.
Yeah, once you see yourself in the matrix as you are a grown-up or you are mature and you are no longer a child, and you won't play like that anymore. Not completely physical. I mean, we would. It's not even, you know, there's people who tickle and play with each other and tease each other, but it was completely physical. There was no thought, there was no energy running. We were just here, and it's like we were breathing together and moving together as one, and we wouldn't hurt each other. I mean, it was fascinating how it went. I mean, it was like a choreography that we didn't practice. That's how I experienced it like. Speaking from my dancing background, so I'm using those words. But literally, that's what it felt like. I wouldn't normally move with another being in that way unless I had practiced every single move and the other person had practiced every single move. But now it was just happening naturally. The one would move, the other would move, and it was like, it just happened, and it was easy and it was fun, you know. So yeah, that was for me very, very different and very interesting, and a lot of fun. For now, that's what I have to say about it. If anything else comes up, I will interrupt you.